Hello, hello, hello. Thank you so much for being here and tuning in. If this is your first time, my name is Elana Meta. Welcome. I am here sharing a book that I am writing, and each month I am sharing different sneak peeks and snippets of the book. This month's theme for this Wild Wednesday is orgasms and the word fuck. As we've discussed before, fuck is to create. And using the lens of fuck, both verbally and physically, is a great way to see a lens in the way that we are penetrating our energy into the world. Because I can say, fuck yeah, that's amazing, or I fucking love you, or fuck this shit, fuck you, go fuck yourself. And it's a really strong energy based on where and what realm are we using our fuck. So it's a great way to see if we're fucking ourselves over or we're like, fuck yeah to myself being awesome in the world. Great lens. So this Wild Wednesday, I am sharing with you the topic around orgasms, as orgasms are profound. And there are a lot of women that believe that they are not orgasmic, that they aren't able to get off, to really allow themselves to drop and surrender into their own pleasure, to even express their desires with a partner and in connection. So the topics that I want to talk about right now are how within the relationship of a woman and a man can you both support each other to feel safe in order to actually drop into the deeper safeties and trust that is essential for a woman and a man to open up and have an orgasm. So, for a woman, it is so important that she knows that her pleasure is for herself. I can't tell you how often I hear stories of women having men go down on her where he's in it to get her off, for her to have an orgasm, for him to prove his manhood to himself. And there have been studies that show that a man giving a woman an orgasm is mainly for his manhood and defining himself as like a man rather than doing it for her pleasure. Now, there's definitely men out there that do it and feel the satisfaction of feeling like they won as a man in themselves, as well as also wanting to genuinely please this woman. And at the same time, there's this deep sensitivity where women can feel, even if they can't articulate it, a woman can feel, is he down there for his own self-victory or is he there for my actual pleasure? And a girlfriend even told me one time, she's like, I could feel that he was down on me, wanting to get off to prove something to himself rather than actually get me off. And because she could fucking feel that, she couldn't have an orgasm. So you know what she did? She faked her orgasm. She faked her orgasm. We should not be faking orgasms. And at the same time, I totally get it because women don't want to put a man down, don't want to affect his ego or his emotional balance by calling him out or forward, whatever it is, by saying, this doesn't feel good, or it's not really working for me, or can you do this? Because men being told or asked or having adjustments in life in general, they don't like it. They're like, I got this. So if a man is in the, I got this, don't tell me what to do, and then we also bring that into the bedroom, women can feel that, and we don't want to do that. And so this conversation is also to the men to be open to listening to what is the way that she wants to be pleasured, what is her desire, how does she get turned on? Because just because you've been down there before doesn't mean you've been down there in this moment or on this woman. We are all different. We're all wired different. And we have over 8,000 nerve endings down in our yonis, in our pussies, in these unbelievable gatekeeping temples, our queendoms, that is new every moment, every time. Every time I make love, I can feel new openings, different ways of how that man feels inside me. And to just know that I'm different every time, like I'm getting to share with you, we just need to feel safe to also communicate and express where we're at. Where are we emotionally? Are we even physically in our bodies? Are we warmed up? Are we even like stimulated down there? Because it could take a while for a woman to even feel her nerves being activated. So it's all a process. So in order to feel safe with each other, like men, open up the dialogue. Let the woman know that you are genuinely interested in her pleasure. What does she want? Ask her. Like, Do you like this? Does this feel good? What's going on? Like, tell me about you. What do you like? And just by doing that, you will watch this woman flower. Not just down there, not just in her yoni, but in her heart and her voice and the whole energy. And I can't tell you, like, the first time this happened to me, I remember where I used to feel like men were taking from me in sex. And holy shit, the moment where I felt like I wanted to give myself over sexually, like to let a man take me rather than to be taken. Whew, sit with that one. What a difference. To let a man take me rather than being taken. It is a game changer. Because I know for me as a woman, when a man is genuinely there for my pleasure, I want to give him the world. And I know the world is inside my motherfucking queendom. It's in me. I hold that. We all hold that. But to know that and then to act upon it, what a gift. And I believe these are the kind of codes that we're all yearning for. So around this trust and safety, men, I feel like it is your responsibility to open up that dialogue, because so many women don't feel safe necessarily expressing their voice, because there's a lot of ideas out there that bringing the voice or a dialogue into the sexual space isn't sexy. However, I really believe that it's an intimacy thing. I think that we are so afraid of intimacy, of saying the wrong thing and fumbling on our words for all of us, that we actually don't bring the voice that often into the bedroom. So how can we be more vulnerable? How can we lean in? How can we allow the intimacy to be there, the erotic space, and letting the sensual, the sensuality be acted upon through our sexual activities? So, yes, that dialogue. And from there, constantly expressing and exploring what works, what doesn't, how do you feel, what is that resistance, what's that tension, what's that contraction, and can both of you show up to the space without letting yourself get triggered emotionally, without taking anything personally. Because it's not personal. And when we don't make it personal, we actually let it be about the other person's experience, then we get to transcend that emotional thing or that conflict, that contrast, that tension, and we allow ourselves to move beyond it. Like when I am in a bad mood and then I get to voice it out and I go, rah! And I let myself express it, I'm laughing on the other side. I'm like, okay, literally 10 seconds ago, I was pouting and frowning. And because I voiced it to myself, or I was in connection with another person, I was witnessed in that, I was able to shift from it. And if you think about sound, it's frequency, it's energy, movement, it's frequency, it moves, it's like, and mindfulness, it's energy. Like all these things, our attention, our focus, our breath, our sound, our movement, all of this is energy. And so when we actually see this as energy, we get to be the creators of our energy. We get to fuck and use this energy in a way that is in our favor. We get to shift it, because when I choose to have focus, breath, sound, and movement to express myself, I can actually start creating my sexual experiences from a place of fulfillment, pleasure, and witnessing myself in my power. Like, what a gift. So the intimacy, the communication, this is a way for us to become orgasmic. This is a way for us to actually feel our pleasure and dropping into deeper layers of the intimacy and really getting real with ourselves of what turns us on. And I'm going to talk about turn-ons in a different video because that is a great topic. So we're bookmarking that one for next video, for next Wild Wednesday, to drop into that conversation. But this one, the main part is understanding the communication and the clarity and how important and essential that is for us to feel safe and create that space of trust for connection to actually happen authentically. So see if this supports, see if this helps any shifts in the body using attention, breath, movement, and sound Men taking that responsibility, opening up the dialogue, being for her pleasure, and watching how this woman in front of you flowers. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is a little snippet and teaser of the book that is going to be coming out next year. I am so excited to share more week by week with all of you. This was Orgasms and our word, fuck. All my love, and until next time.